Okay, sige. So, new lesson na tayo today, no? Okay, ang lesson natin today ay Taylor series. Ano nangyari? Ano lumabas? I-share pa rin siya. Sharing screen. Share. Okay, so ang lesson natin today ay Taylor series expansion. Okay lang ba yung size? Okay. So, ang Taylor series expansion ay isa sa mga powerful tools na ginagamit, okay, sa tawag dito, sa kahit, well, sa mathematics tsaka sa physics, okay? Powerful siya in the sense na any function can be expressed in terms of a, tawag dito, of an infinite series. Okay? And if you can express a function as an infinite series, then actually marami kayong mas mapapadali ng konti yung pag-calculate, okay? Yung ano niyo, yung buhay, okay? Pag gumagamit kayo ng Taylor series. Yung buhay niyo as a student, hindi yung buhay niyo as isang tao. Okay? Merong, dun sa notes, merong one page to derivation, okay, ng Taylor series. Hindi natin di-discuss kung paano siya na-derive. Pero ang basic assumption dun sa derivation is that yung function na kukunan natin ng Taylor series ay differentiable. In other words, meron siyang, pwede nyo i-take yung derivative niya. Okay, so when you use the Taylor series, we assume that the function is differentiable. Okay, so ibig sabihin, may derivative siya up to the nth time, or up to the nth derivative. Okay, and we can write the Taylor series in this way. So f of x is equal to f of a plus x minus a, and then first derivative, okay, nung function na f with respect to x evaluated at x equals a plus x minus a squared over 2 factorial, and then yung second derivative nung function with respect to x evaluated at x equals a, and then x minus a cube over 3 factorial, and then third derivative with respect to x, okay, dito evaluated at x equals a, and so on and so forth. Okay. In summation notation, pwede natin siyang isulat as sum from n equals 0 to infinity, okay, ng x minus a to the n over n factorial, and then nth derivative, okay, ng f with respect to x evaluated at x equals a. Okay, yung a na yan is some value na kung saan alam natin yung value ng function. Yung a na yan is some number na kung saan alam natin yung value ng function at that number. Okay, as an example, okay, pwede natin consider itong pag-evaluate ng, for example, f, okay, f at x equals 5 pi over 24, okay, for na kung saan yung function is sine. Okay, so sine at x equals 5 pi over 24. Okay, now note na yung 5 pi over 24 is just 1.25 over 6 pi. Okay, 1.25 over 6 pi. Okay, now alam natin na ang sine pi over 6 ay Alam ba natin ang sine pi over 6? 1/2. Okay, 0.5. Okay? So, ang idea dito, syempre alam din natin ang cosine pi over 6 ay square root of 3 over. Okay, ang idea dito is, yung A dito is yung pi over 6. Kasi alam natin yung value ng sine A, which is equal to pi over 6. At alam din natin yung value ng cosine A, which is equal sa pi over 6. Okay, so when we write out yung Taylor series natin, ganito yung magiging itsura niya. So f of x evaluated at 5 pi over 24 will be, yung una, di ba? Kung titignan niyo yung expression, it's f of a. Ang a natin is pi over 6. So ano bang f of a? Okay, ang f of x is sine, di ba? So we're evaluating sine pi over 6. Tama? Okay. And then yung susunod ay x minus a. Anong x minus a? 1.25 over 6 times pi. Sige, sulat ko na lang. Plus 1.25 pi over 6 minus yung a na pi over 6. So yan yung x minus a dito. Okay, and then f prime of a. So ano muna ang first derivative ng sine x? Cosine x. And then evaluated yung cosine x at x equals pi over 6. So multiplied by cosine pi over 6. Okay, divided by 1 factorial. Tama? Kasi first derivative. Okay. Then ang next is 1.25 pi over 6 minus pi over 6 quantity squared over 2 factorial and then second derivative ng sine of x. Anong second derivative ng sine of x? Negative sine x. Papalitan ko to ng negative and then ito magiging sine evaluated at x equals pi over 6. Okay, so sine pi over 6. And then plus, okay, ano na susunod na number? So 1.25 pi over 6 minus pi over 6 cube over 3 factorial. Sorry, hindi yan plus, kundi yan dapat ay minus kasi di ba minus tayo dito? Di ba? So derivative ng third derivative ng sine x, cosine, and then x evaluated at x equals pi over 6. Diba? So cosine pi over 6. And then so on and so forth. Okay. Okay. Now, tignan natin kung ano yung mga values ng bawat term. Okay. So yung first term will give us, ano ang sine pi over 6? Sabi nyo? 0.5. Yung second term will give us, so 0.25 pi over 6 multiplied by square root of 3 over 2. Okay? Yung number na yan will be 0.113362. Okay, yung third term is 1.25 pi over 6 minus pi over 6 quantity squared divided by 2 factorial times 0.5. Okay, at yung number na yan is, sorry, minus dapat. Minus 0.004284. Yung third term, yung fourth term will give us minus 0.000324. Okay, and so on and so forth. Okay, at this point, ano ba ang value ng sine 5 pi over 24? So ang sine 5 pi over 24 is equal to 0.608761. Okay? Now, pag isang term lang yung ginagamit natin, pag itong term lang na yan ang ginagamit natin, so first term sa Taylor series lang ang i-consider natin, ang error will be 0.068761. Daling kong no, sulat, ano? Kung ano-ano lang nilalagay ko. 8761 minus, di ba first term lang? 0.5 divided by 0.608761 times 100%. Right? Anong error niyan? Sige nga, paki-compute. Ilan? Absolute value. Okay lang. Ano yung number na nakuha mo? Kasi i-verify naman ang iba yan. 0.001? First term lang, ha? First term lang. Yan lang. Parang mali yun. 0. I would imagine it's 0.2 something. 0.2 or 20%. Tama ba? Around 20%. Okay, check. Ilan? So 18% yung error. Pag isa lang yung ginamit natin na term. Now, if we add two terms, okay, kung two terms yung gagamitin natin, okay, so itong dalawa na to, okay, anong sum yan? 0.663362. Okay, so anong error dyan? 0.608761 minus 0.66, tama ba? 0.61. 613362 divided by 0.608761, okay, times 100%, ilan yan? Ilan? Ilan? 0.76%, no? 0.76%. Okay, next. Three terms. Three terms na. Pag three terms na ginamit natin, ilan na yan? Ilan na yan? I-add nyo nga yung ano na yan. So, 0.61, 7, 5, 7, 6, 4, 6. Tama ba? Ha? Ay, minus siya. Oo nga. Tama. Okay, so anong sagot? Subtract nyo muna. 613362 minus 004284. 9 0 7 8 609078. Okay, so ano ngayon yun? 0.60 8761 8761 609078. 8761 minus 0.607098. Tama, no? 9078. 9078. Dyslexic ako sa numbers. 9078 divided by 0.0608761 times 100%. Ilan yan? 0.052%. Okay? Now, imagine niyo 3 terms pa lang yung kino-consider natin. Okay? So, by using the Taylor series expansion, we can see na pwede natin express yung isang function in terms of a series function. And even by using series function, kahit na tatlong terms pa lang siya, nakikita natin kung gaano ka-accurate yung series expansion na ito. Kasi we're already at 3 terms pa lang, pero we're already at an error of 0.053%. Percent yan, okay? So, syempre, the more terms na idadagdag nyo, mas magiging accurate yung tawag dito, yung approximation, yung Taylor series na approximation. Okay? And ito yung gagawin natin dito sa mga sa araw na ito, is to evaluate kung ano yung Taylor series ng iba't ibang functions. Okay. Now, of course, in some occasions, yung hindi natin alam talaga directly kung ano yung values ng functions at some number A. Diba? Siyempre, swerte tayo na yung trigonometric function, yung A pwede natin piliin as pi over 6, pi over 3, pi over 4, kasi alam natin yung mga values nun. Diba? Pero for example, yung exponential ng x, alam niyo ba ang value ng exponential of x for some number of x? Hindi, di ba? Hindi, di ba? I mean, alam niyo ba ang value ng exponential 1? Like, hindi, di ba? Hindi, di ba? So hindi, mas mahirap siyang i-express in that way. So, pero alam niyo yung value ng exponential of 0. Anong value ng exponential of 0? 1. Okay. So, in other words, ang point dito is pwede nating oftentimes yung A, okay, ay mas magandang i-assign as 0. Kasi maraming mga functions ang madaling evaluate at A equals 0. Like the exponential function. Okay, ang exponential ng 0 is 1. So in that case, pag gumamit tayo ng expansion na kung saan yung A ay equal to 0, so if A is equal to 0, then ang tawag natin doon ay Maclaurin's series. Ang dadaya ng mga mathematicians na to no? Palitan mo lang yung A ng 0, uy, series ko na yan. Diba? Okay. Nag-102 kayo ngayon, di ba? So 102, makikita nyo later, okay, merong 4 na fundamental equations. 2 sa electricity, tsaka 2 sa magnetism. Okay? Pero may isang tao na kinuha yung 4 na equations na yon at tinawag niyang equation ko. Maxwell's equation. Talagang mga tao no? Well, may reason naman. Valid naman yung reason kung bakit niya kinuha yun. No? Kasi siya lang yung nakakita ng connection dun sa 4. Okay? So, mapapag-aralan niyo yun sa 102. Okay? Anyway, so ngayon, pag ang A ay equal to 0, ano na magiging itsura ng Taylor series? O anong itsura ng Maclaurin series? So, f of x is equal to, remember, ang A is 0, so f of 0 plus, hindi na siya x minus a, kundi x na lang siya. Diba? And then first derivative evaluated at x equals 0. Plus, yung second term ay hindi na x minus a squared, kundi x squared divided by 2 factorial. And then second derivative evaluated at x equals 0. And then x cubed over 3 factorial. Third derivative evaluated at x equals 0. And so on and so forth. In summation notation, this can be written as x to the n over n factorial, nth derivative evaluated at x equals 0. Last time, binigay ko lang sa inyo yung expression for the Taylor series ng exponential function. Ngayon, i-derive natin yung ano na yan, yung tawag dito, yung Taylor series or Maclaurin series ng exponential function. So what is the expansion of e to the x? Ang expansion ng e to the x ay, yan. Tinitignan ko lang kung buhay pa kayo. Mamatay na. Pero buhay pa, di ba? Pero buhay pa. Okay. Kasi pag hindi na kayo nag-reply, ayun, patay na kayo talaga. F of x. Okay. Ang first term is f of 0. Ano ang e to the 0? 1. Plus x. Anong derivative ng e to the x? E to the x. Evaluated at x equals 0? 1. Okay. Plus x squared over 2 factorial. Ano ang second derivative ng exponential? Ganun din, di ba? E to the x din. Evaluated at x equals 0? 1. Okay. And then, makikita niyo na kung bakit ganito yung mga kasunod niya. Right? Okay. So, equal niyo yan sa sum from n equals 0 to infinity ng x to the n over n factorial. Yan ang Taylor series expansion or Maclaurin series. Magagalit si Maclaurin pag hindi ginamit yung pangalan niya. Ng exponential na function. Siyempre, itetest natin kung yan ay convergent or divergent, di ba? Although, tinest na natin ito last time. Kung naalala ninyo. And anong ginamit natin na test nun? Ratio test. Okay, so to test for convergence, we take the limit as n approaches infinity of x to the n plus 1 over n plus 1 factorial over x to the n over n factorial. So this will be equal to the limit as n approaches infinity of x over n plus 1. Intindihan nyo kung paano na po yan, ano? Dati, kailangan nyo pang i-breakdown, ano? Pero ngayon, mas mabilis na kayong mag-breakdown. Oh. At konti na lang, mamatay na kayo, di ba? Tama? Tama. So, ito ay equal to 0. And it doesn't matter kung ano yung value ng x. So, for all finite values of x. Okay, so in other words, negative infinity to infinity, okay, yung x dito. So for any values of x. Makikita na natin later that this will include imaginary numbers, not just real numbers. Okay, so valid yung exponential function na yan even for imaginary numbers. Okay. Next example. Pag may question, taas nyo lang yung kamay nyo or sigaw lang kayo. Yeah, exactly. ln ng 1 plus x. Okay, apply natin yung Maclaurin series. F of x is equal to, first term is f of 0. Ang ln ng 1 plus 0 ay 0. Okay. Yun yung ayaw nyong score sa exam. Plus x times first derivative. Anong first derivative ng ln of 1? Ln of 1 plus x. 1 over 1 plus x. Evaluated at x equals 0, yan ay equal sa 1. Okay. So 1 lang lalagay natin dyan. Plus x squared over 2 factorial. Yan, kailangan nyo na siguro magsulat dyan. Or baka hindi. Baka kailangan nyo magsulat pala. Ano ang second derivative ng tawag dito, ln of 1 plus x. So alam niyo na yung first derivative, di ba? First derivative is 1 over 1 plus x. So anong derivative nun? Negative 1 over, sige na nga, ako pa rin magsusulat. Ano ba naman yun? Baka sabihin nyo, ang tamad-tamad ko eh. F prime of x is 1 over 1 plus x. So f double prime of x ay negative 1 over 1 plus x squared. Tama? Evaluated at x equals 0, negative 1. So papalitan ko na ngayon ito ng negative sign. Okay. Third derivative. Negative 1 times negative 2 over 1 plus x cubed. Right? Evaluated at x equals 0. Two. So plus 2 x cubed over 3 factorial. Ano? Okay na? Kayo? Okay na? Sabihin nyo pag nalilito kayo. Yes. Yung. Yun, ha? Okay, sige. Magandang point yon. Magandang point yon. Pero remember na ang isang ginagawa rin natin dito is kailangan natin siyang i-express in summation notation. Okay, so wag muna natin i-cancel. Okay, para makita niyo para ma-express niyo kasi siya in summation notation, dapat makita niyo yung pattern. Okay, and if we cancel that, baka hindi niyo makita yung pattern. Okay? Okay. Sige. Next, ano ang fourth derivative? Plus, equals sa negative, positive 2 na to, di ba? Times negative 3 over 1 plus x raised to the fourth power. Evaluated at x equals 0, negative 6. Okay. Or pwede kong isulat as negative 3 factorial. Tama ba? X to the fourth over 4 factorial. Tama? Okay lang? Okay lang? Okay. And then siguro isa pa. Or makikita niyo na ba yung pattern? So negative 6 times negative 4 over 1 plus x raised to the... So ano na? Plus 4 factorial, diba? X to the fifth over 5 factorial. And then alam natin ang susunod dito is minus, no? So on and so forth. Okay. So paano nyo ngayon susulat yan summation notation? First of all, meron kayo alternating series. Negative 1 to the n. Okay? Saan magsa-start yung n? Anong value magsa-start yung n? Pwedeng 1, okay? N equals 1 to infinity. Okay? Tapos, ano pa? Paano natin isulat? Siyempre, yung x to the n, madaling isulat yan. Tama? Ngayon, itong mga susunod, itong 2, okay, ito na yung point kanina ni Sean na yung, ito essentially 2 factorial yan, di ba? So 2 factorial divided by 3 factorial is 1/3. No? 3 factorial divided by 4 factorial is 1/4. And then 4 factorial over 5 factorial is 1/5. Essentially, yung power yun ng x. So this will be divided by n. Okay, so yan na yung Maclaurin series expansion ng ln of 1 plus x. Ay, sorry, mali. Yung power ng negative 1 dapat ay hindi n, kundi n minus 1. Kasi pag n yan, ibig sabihin negative 1 yung first term. Diba? So dapat ito ay n minus 1. And, syempre, itetest nyo for convergence. Okay. Anong test ang gagamitin? Ratio. Negative 1 to the n, x to the n plus 1 over n plus 1 divided by negative 1 to the n minus 1, x to the n over n. So equal yan sa limit as n approaches infinity. Okay? And then may negative tayong lalabas. Okay, and then ang matitira is over n over n plus 1. Equal to sa? May negative sign, ha? So negative 1, which is less than 1. So this is convergent. Okay. Is it convergent for all powers of x? Yung alin? Ano bang condition nyo for ln? Oo, kasi yun yung original yung function ln. Kailan siya merong value? Meron ba siyang value pag negative? May value ba siya pag negative? Alam niyo ba ang ln ng negative 1? Wala, di ba? So dapat yung nandoon yung alam niyo yung tawag dun sa loob ng parenthesis kung anong term doon, di ba? Sin x, ln of 1 plus x. Alam niyo yung tawag doon sa loob ng parenthesis kung ano yung term doon? Argument. So ang sin x, ang argument ng sin x is x. Ang ln of 1 plus x, ang argument niya is 1 plus x. Okay, kung ano yung nandoon sa loob ng parenthesis. Okay? Okay, so anong masasabi niyo about the argument of ln of 1 plus x? So may range lang yung x. Tama ba? Tama? Ano yung minimum value? Hindi, minimum. 0? Pwede ba ang negative 1? Pero pwede ba ang negative 0.99? So hindi pwede ang negative 1, pero ang pwede ang negative 0.99. So hindi kasama yung negative 1. It can be greater than negative 1. Okay? Anong maximum value nito? Something close to infinity. Okay? So, parang exam nyo na to, ah. Another example. Another example. F of x exponential I of x. Yung I dito ay imaginary number. Okay. Alam niyo ba yung exponential ng ix? Na-encounter niyo na ba yung before? Na-encounter niyo na yung before. Pinag-aralan na natin yan. So, expand natin using Maclaurin series. Anong first term? F of 0. Anong f of 0? 1. Second term, plus x, tapos derivative niyan ay, ang derivative nito? I, di ba? Coefficient ng x is I, di ba? And then exponential ng ix evaluated at x equals 0 ay 1 kasi x equals 0 eh. Diba? E to the 0 pa rin siya. Right? Okay. Plus. Okay. Second derivative. I squared. X squared over 2 factorial. And then, second derivative na ano yung exponential ix evaluated at x equals 0? 1. Plus I cube x cubed over 3 factorial times 1. Tama? Plus I to the fourth, x to the fourth over 4 factorial, and so on and so forth. Medyo nakikita niyo na yung pattern. Kailangan lang evaluate dito is yung mga I. So pag ang I by definition is square root of negative 1. Ang I squared is negative 1. Ang I cube ay negative square root of negative 1 or negative I. And then ang I to the fourth, 1. Okay. So 1 plus ix plus x squared over, minus pala, sorry. Minus x squared over 2 factorial minus x cubed over 3 factorial plus x to the fourth over 4 factorial. Ma-evaluate na natin yung I, no? And then ang makikita yung susunod dito is minus x to the fifth over 5 factorial. Sorry, plus pala. And then plus or minus pala. Minus x to the 6 over 6 factorial. Okay, and so on and so forth. Minus, okay? Siyempre, pagsasamahin natin lahat ng real at saka imaginary parts. So, ito yung mga real, okay, yung mga walang I na coefficient, and then ito yung mga, storbo naman yung mukha ko. You are sharing screen. Please. And then lahat ng mga imaginary. Yan. Pagsasamahin natin lahat. So, 1 minus x squared over 2 factorial plus x to the fourth over 4 factorial minus x to the 6 over 6 factorial, and so on and so forth. Okay, plus I, since coefficient naman siya ng lahat, x minus x cubed over 3 factorial plus x to the fifth over 5 factorial minus x to the 7 over 7 factorial, and so on and so forth. Okay, and napag-aralan natin before na pag kinompare natin ito sa cosine x plus I sine x, which is yung definition ng exponential function, di ba? Exponential ix. Ito ngayong term na ito is cosine x at itong term na ito ay sine x. So now we not only derive yung Maclaurin expansion ng exponential ix, but we also derive yung Maclaurin expansion ng cosine x. Okay? So, if we write yung Maclaurin expansion ng exponential, so we have sum from n equals 0 to infinity ng ix over n factorial. Okay? Is the n. Sorry, ito yung para sa ano? Exponential ix. Yung Maclaurin series expansion ng cosine x will be negative 1 to the n. Nag-overheat yata yung ano. Ay, but sum from n equals 0 to infinity ng negative 1 to the n. X to the 2n over 2n factorial. And then, yung sine x naman can be written as sum from n equals 0 to infinity ng negative 1 to the n, x to the 2n plus 1 over 2n plus 1 factorial. Okay? Test for convergence. Anong test ang gagamitin natin for exponential ix? Ratio. Sawang-sawa na siguro kayo sa ano, no? Sa ratio. Limit as n approaches infinity ng I x to the n plus 1 over n plus 1 factorial over I x to the n over n factorial. So limit as n approaches infinity, limit as n approaches infinity ng I, and then may x ka na matitira. Mga x talaga, ayaw tayong pakawalan. Matitira pa siya over nx plus 1. Okay, so equal to sa? Equal yan sa? Bakit I? 0 or I? Ay, bakit may, sorry, walang n dapat sa ibabaw kasi factorial siya. Factorial siya. Yan ay equal sa 0. Thus, this is convergent for all values of x. Wala tayong restriction. Okay, and you can do the same for cosine x at saka sine x. Any questions? Any questions? Ano, madali lang, di ba? Yes.
Ano sa series po sa taas, bakit nagiging cosine x at sin x?
Ano?
Bakit cosine x po yung
Kasi dahil sa property na ito. Ito, yung property ng yung definition ng exponential ix. Ang definition ng exponential ix is cosine x plus I sine x. And since na-separate natin yung series into two terms, ito, plus I, kasi ito, then we say na by comparison, yung cosine x is that series and yung sine x is the other series. So yun yung tinitingnan nating property. Yay! Ano pang question? Yes. Nang? Meron naman kayong susulatan. Ba't tayo magdadala ng table? Pwede kayo magdala ng table. Baka mamaya may magdala talaga ng literally ng table, ha? Ha? May pagkain na, no? Kompleto. Ha? Lutuan? Okay. Ano ba yan? Kaya nga, nag-overheat na siya. Talk about ano, no? Talk about yung malapit ng mamatay, di ba? Kakasimula pa lang natin gamitin ito. Yung fan niya yata yung problema. Okay. Now, yung lahat ng mga examples na yan, tinawag natin silang Taylor series tsaka Maclaurin series expansion. Okay, they all belong under the category of power series. Okay, so power series kasi 'di ba raised yung x is raised to the raised to a certain power. Okay, and in tawag dito, in general we can write a power series as a naught plus a1 of x plus a2 x squared plus a3 x cubed and so on and so forth. Okay, or equal to sa sum from n equals 0 to infinity ng a sub n x to the n. Okay, na kung saan yung a sub n ay coefficients of x to the n. Okay, and they are constants. Okay, independent. In other words, independent sila ng x. They are independent of x. So madali lang ipakita yung convergence niyan. Okay, nakita natin ang test na pwede natin gamitin ay ratio test. So a sub n plus 1 to the x n plus 1 over a sub n x to the n. So we take the limit of that as n approaches infinity. Okay, and what we have is, syempre take natin yung absolute value para ma-generalize. So limit as n approaches infinity, okay, ng a sub n plus 1 over a sub n times x. And for this to converge, dapat ito ay less than 1. Okay, so the limit converges. So yung limit as n approaches infinity ng a sub n plus 1 over a sub n converges if it is, okay, less than 1 over x. Okay, now we define itong limit na to. Yang limit na yan ay de-define natin to be equal to 1 over r. So which means na for the series to converge, 1 over r must be less than 1 over x, or yung x, the absolute value ng x must be less than r, or negative r less than. Kaya nga nung sa exponential, yung limit was infinity. Kaya yung range ng convergence is from negative infinity to infinity. Okay? So, ganyan natin nakukuha yung So, makikita nyo rin dito na since we took the absolute value, okay, itong series na ito is not just uniformly convergent but also absolutely convergent. Questions? Questions? Wala. Okay, so break muna tayo. Nadidinig ko lahat ng mga pinagsasabi ninyo. Break muna tayo. Yes, gumanon eh. 11:40. No? 11:40. And patayin muna natin itong stop share. Kasi naalala niyo, di ba, team teacher eh. So after ng reading break, iba na yung magtuturo sa'yo. Please, huwag tayo magplastikan. Okay. So, ano pa ang properties ng power series? Okay? So, pwede nating actually i-differentiate at i-integrate yung power series and then check kung yung derivative ng power series na yun or yung integral ng power series na yun ay convergent or divergent. If it affects the convergence or divergence of that power series. Anong guess ninyo? Pag nag-differentiate tayo ng isang power series, sa tingin nyo ba magbabago yung convergence niya or divergence or hindi? Ha? Magbabago o hindi? Naintindihan niyo ba yung tanong? Halimbawa, may power series ako, pinuha ko yung derivative. Yung derivative ba ng power series na yun ay magbabago yung magiging convergent pa rin or hindi? So magbabago yung ano, so from convergent magiging divergent siya, yung sinasabi niyo. Or hindi magbabago yung convergence. Okay. Actually, yun yung tama kasi 'di ba, ang sin x meron siyang power series. And if you take the derivative of that power series, yun ay cosine x. So dapat hindi magbago yung convergence, right? Okay, yun of course na nag-make sense. At yun yung ipapakita natin dito. Okay? So makikita natin yun from this. So if you take the derivative of f of x, okay, and yung power series, okay, f of x yung ating power series, if we write f of x as a power series a sub n x to the n, anong derivative niyan? Pwede natin ipasok yung derivative niyan sa loob. Okay, kasi ang effect lang naman yan, okay, so ganito yun, ano? Para makita ninyo, f of x is a naught plus a1x plus a2x squared plus a3x cubed and so on and so forth. Diba? Pag kinuha nyo yung derivative ng f of x, essentially, ang kinukuha nyo is yung term-by-term derivative. Diba? So, ibig ko sabihin, derivative ng first term is 0 plus a1 and then derivative ng x with respect to x, tapos a2, tapos derivative ng x with x squared with respect to x, and so on and so forth. Diba? So term by term na derivative. So ito, pwede kong isulat as sum from n equals 0 to infinity ng a sub n and then derivative ng x to the n with respect to x. Tama? Naintindihan nyo na pwede kong ipasok yung derivative? So ang effect is a term by term derivative. At anong derivative niyan? Anong derivative ng x to the n with respect to x? N, di ba? A sub n and then x to the n minus 1. So ang derivative with respect to x ng f of x, okay, ay equal ngayon sa ganyan to. Sum from n equals 0 to infinity ng n a sub n x to the n minus 1. Okay, even if we write n equals 0 dyan, makikita natin na yung first term will be 0. Kasi di ba, n times a sub n x to the n minus 1. Eh, ang first term mo is 0. So the first term talaga dyan ay 0. Okay, now check natin yung convergence. Kinokopya nyo pa ba? Sabihin nyo lang ha. Hindi, kung kinokopya nyo. Okay lang yan. Pwede ko na nga i-send sa inyo to after ng meeting. Bago ako umalis dito. Yun naman ang gusto ko dito kasi aside from malinis yung kamay ko, diba? Merong notes. At itong notes na to ay good notes. Ilan lang yung gumagamit. Ilan lang yung nakakuha ng job. Kasi yung app na ito ang tawag ay good notes. Ay. Kailangan ko ipaliwanag lahat ng jokes ko. Ano ang test natin for convergence? So remember na ito yung series. Yan ang derivative ng series. Okay? I-test natin ito ngayon for convergence. So again, ang kukunin natin dito ay ratio test. So ang numerator is n plus 1 a sub n plus 1 x to the n, right? Diba? Kung titignan niyo yung last, yung nasa dyan sa ilalim, n plus 1, a sub n plus 1, x to the n. So we take the limit as n approaches infinity ng n plus 1, a sub n plus 1, x to the n over n times a sub n, x to the n minus 1. Okay? Okay, so limit ito ng as n approaches infinity ng, syempre i-take natin yung absolute value. Anong tawag dito? N plus 1 over n, a sub n plus 1 over a sub n, and then x. Dapat, para maging convergent yan, dapat less than 1. Okay, and then yung limit, as n approaches infinity, yung isang maganda dito, pwede kong i-move ng ganyan. Ay, para sa isang matanda, ako pang nagtuturo sa inyo ng ganitong klase. O niloloko nyo lang ako, alam nyo naman to, tapos ginagawa nyo lang akong tanga. Okay. Ito ngayon ay pwede natin equate as 1 over r, right? So, 1 over r is less than, okay, and then, yan. Okay. So, it is convergent between x is convergent, or the series is convergent for values of x between negative r and r. So, makikita natin, first of all, na convergent siya. Okay? Pag kinuha natin yung derivative, and yung range ng convergence also doesn't change pag kinuha yung derivative. Okay? Okay? Now, ang isang difficulty dito ng mga students, okay, is yung index. Pag-change ng index. Okay, makikita niyo yung mamaya. So dito sa susunod na example, kukunin natin yung derivative ng sin x. Alam natin from trigonometry na ang derivative ng sin x, trigonometry. From Math 53 na ang derivative ng sin x is cosine x. Okay, pero ngayon, i-prove natin to gamit yung power series or yung Taylor series. Okay? Okay. So ang derivative ng sin x is cosine x. Yan ang gusto natin i-prove. Ano ang Taylor series ng sin x o Maclaurin series ng sin x? Tignan niyo yung notes niyo. Sum from n equals 0 to infinity ng to the n over 2n plus 1 factorial. Yes. At equal yan sa negative 1, sum from n equals 0 to infinity ng negative 1 to the n over 2n plus 1 factorial derivative with respect to x ng x to the 2n plus 1. Okay. Okay. So, sum from n equals 0 to infinity ng negative 1. Tapos, anong derivative niyan? Anong derivative ng x to the 2n plus 1? Siyempre, yung coefficient muna, di ba? Ano magiging coefficient niyan pag ginawa niyo yung derivative? 2n plus 1 over 2n plus 1 factorial. And then, ano ngayon ang resulting derivative niyan? X to the 2n. Sum from n equals 0 to infinity, negative 1. Ano ang 2n plus 1 over 2n plus 1 factorial? 2n plus 1 over 2n plus 1 factorial. Pareho lang yan sa 2n plus 1 over 2n plus 1 times 2n factorial. Right? Right? So, cancel yan. Ang matitira ay x to the 2n over 2n factorial, which is Anong series to? Cosine. Check nyo. Tignan nyo. Galing, no? Ha? Grabe yung N na yan. Tumatakas, ha? Okay. Medyo straightforward yung sin x, cosine x. Kasi wala kang sign, negative sign. Pero kasi derivative ng cosine x ay equal sa negative sin x. So paano lalabas yung negative pag ginawa natin yung derivative ng series? Diba? So yun yung tignan natin dito sa next example. So dito sa next example, ang kukunin naman natin is derivative ng cosine x. Derivative ng cosine x, which is negative sin x. Yan, derivative with respect to x, ang cosine x is n equals 0 to infinity ng negative 1 to the n, x to the 2n over 2n factorial. Okay, at pareho lang to sa sum from n equals 0 to infinity ng negative 1 to the n over 2n factorial derivative with respect to x ng x to the 2n. Okay. Okay, so anong derivative niyan? Negative 1. So 2n, okay lang? Over 2n factorial and then x to the, which doesn't look like yung, nawawala na naman yung n na yan. Which doesn't look at all like yung sine. Series expansion ng sine. Diba? Ito yung series expansion ng sine. Tignan nyo, hindi sila pareho. Diba? Tama? Cool. Okay. So, isusulat ko muna sa kabilang, sa next page. Okay, para lang hindi tayo nalilito. May memory tayo kung ano yung nangyayari. So what we were doing was taking the cosine of derivative of cosine x at ang lumitaw ay negative sum from n equals 0 to infinity ng negative 1 to the n. And then yung 2n over 2n factorial is 1 over 2n minus 1, di ba? Factorial. Tapos ito ay x to the 2n minus 1. Okay, so yan yung lumabas. Okay, ngayon. Ang gagawin natin is we're going to change yung index. Okay? From n to n plus 1. So lahat ng n ay papalitan natin ng n plus 1. So asan yung mga yon? Okay? So sum, yung n na index, papalitan natin ng n plus 1 equals 0. Okay. Negative 1 to the n plus 1. Okay. 1 over 2 to the n plus 1 minus 1 factorial and x to the 2 n plus 1 minus 1. Okay, pag sinimplify natin lahat yan, so yung index starts actually from negative 1. Okay. Negative 1 to the n plus 1. Okay. Ano ang 2, ano yung 2n? Ano ito? Yan ay 2n plus 2 minus 1, which is 2n plus 1. Yun na, lumilitaw na. X to the 2n plus 1 over 2n plus 1 factorial. Okay, ano na lang yung mali? Yung n plus 1 na lang. Okay, pag in-expand natin yan, anong first term? So, ang first term makukuha nyo from evaluating n equals -1. -1 to the 0, x to the negative. Bakit -1? 2 times -1 is +1. Yun na nga. -1 na. So 1 over x, di ba? Tapos, ano ang 2n plus 1 factorial? Alam niyo ba ang -1 factorial? -1 factorial. Alam niyo na ba ang -1 factorial? Umami na kayo. Sabihin niyo lang na hindi pa. Hindi pa. Oo. Pero meron niyang value later. Pagdating niyo sa 1, ano ba kayo? 1, 2, 3 na ba? 1, 1, 2, 1 pa lang kayo, no? Oh, 1, 2, 1 nga to eh. Labo mo talaga. Pagdating niyo sa 1, 2, 3, matututunan niyo yan. Okay? Anong hindi naaabot? Kasi patay na kayo. Grabe naman kayong mag-isip. Ba't ganyan kayong mag-isip? Nung time namin, ang iniisip lang namin is pagkatapos ng klase, maglalaro ng basketball. Oo, tas doon kami mamatay. Sa pagod. Oh, so ibig sabihin, ang tawag dito, pwede natin i-ignore yung first term. Okay, kasi hindi naman natin, hindi naman natin kailangan yun eh. Hindi naman natin alam din ang -1 factorial. So basically, just ignore the first term. Pag in-ignore natin ang first term, magsa-start tayo ngayon sa n equals 0. Okay? Papalitan natin yung index ngayon ng anong tawag dito? Ano bang ito ay hindi natin papalitan yung index. In-ignore lang natin yung first term. Okay? Pero lalagay ko lang dito n. So, ibig sabihin meron pang -1 na unaccounted for, no? Kasi -n, ang sinasabi ko is -1 to the n plus 1 is just -1 to the n times -1. Tama? Tama? Ilalabas ko ngayon yung isang -1 na yan. Okay lang? Naintindihan nyo kung paano nangyari yan? Okay, so ang natira ay x to the 2n over 2n plus 1 factorial. O, ano na to ngayon? Ano yung nakabox? Negative. Ano cosine? Negative sin x. Maniniwala na ako, nilagay ko na cosine. Derivative ng cosine x is just negative sin x. Okay. Now, of course, pinakita natin dito na we can tawag dito, derive yung mga derivatives ng functions using Taylor series expansion. Pero yung isa pang exercise na dapat nyo ring makuha dito ay yung shifting ng index, yung pag-change ng index, and what happens when you change index and how you process yung pag-change ng index na yun. Kasi maraming mga exercises, hindi lang dito sa 1-to-1, pati sa later na physics, ay tawag dito, involved yung pag-change ng index. Okay? Sige, may tanong kayo? Okay na? Tanongin nyo na.
Sir, paano ko nakuha yung 1 over 2n minus 1?
1 over? Yung blue? Yung nakataas, ito? 1 over 2n minus 1 factorial, kung paano nakuha. So ito, so 2n over 2n factorial is equal to 2n over 2n times 2n minus 1 factorial. So cancel yun. Okay na? Okay, any more questions? Okay, ngayon ang gagawin natin is just to establish na lahat ng power series ay unique. In other words, each power series can only be associated to one function. Pag meron kayong isang power series, imposible na dalawang function yung two or more functions yung magiging equal sa power series. Okay, yung ibig sabihin ng uniqueness theorem. So let's say we have two power series. Ang unang power series is given by a sub n x to the n. At yung pangalawang power series ay given by sum from n equals 0 to infinity ng b sub n x to the n. Yung range ng convergence nito is between r sub a and a, r sub a, negative r sub a and r sub a. At ito naman yung range of convergence ay between negative r sub b and r sub b. Okay, so ang gagawin natin is ipapakita natin na if the series is unique, each term, each coefficient ay equal sa isa't isa. Okay, in other words, yung a sub 0 ay equal to b sub 0, a sub 1 is equal to b sub 1, a sub 2 is equal to b sub 2, and so on and so forth. That's the only way na maipakita nyo na unique yung power series. So the first thing na gagawin natin is to set x equal to 0. If we do that, lahat ng terms dun sa power series, both sa left-hand side, ganito yung gagawin natin. Ano? So, ipapakita natin na equal sila, and the only way na may ipapakita natin na equal sila ay dapat each coefficient ay equal din sa isa't isa. So, if we set, first we set x equal to 0. So, pag ginawa natin yan, anong lalabas? 0 except for the first term. Kasi yung first term is x to the 0 eh. Di ba? So a not lang yung first term. Sa left-hand side, hindi. Di ba? Yan yung power series. Yan yung power series. Di ba? Ang first term is a not. Walang x. Right? Yung second, yung mga succeeding terms yun yung may x. So, sila yung may problema sa x. Okay? So, set natin yung x to 0 para mawala yung problema. Tama? Ang matitira? A not. Diba? Ganun din sa right-hand side. Okay? Sa right-hand side, ang matitira ay B not. So, dapat A not will be equal to B not. Now, we take the derivative with respect to x on both sides. Anong derivative ng left-hand side? N, a sub n, x to the n minus 1. At yung right-hand side, n, b sub n, x to the n minus 1. Okay? Again, we set x to 0. Okay, yung first term dito sa series is 0 kasi n yung coefficient niya, di ba? First term is n equals 0, ang coefficient is n, so ang first term is 0. Ang second term ay n kung nagko-correspond sa n equals 1. Pag n equals 1, 1 times a sub 1, x to the 0. So ang matitira is a sub 1 sa left-hand side. Sa right-hand side, matitira ay b sub 1. So if we set x to 0, makikita natin na a sub 1 is equal to b sub 1. Okay? And if we do that n times, if we take the derivative n times, and set x equal to 0, we will see that every time na ginagawa natin yan, a sub n is equal to b sub n. Which means na yung power series na ito sa left-hand side at saka sa right-hand side ay equal sa isa't isa. Which also implies na yung power series ay unique. Okay? Yan yung uniqueness theorem. Now, since yung power series is expressed as a sub n, x to the n, okay, at yung Maclaurin series, okay, ay given by f nth derivative of 0 with respect divided by n factorial x to the n. So from the uniqueness theorem, a sub n is equal to the nth derivative of f with respect to x evaluated at x equals 0, okay, divided by n factorial. Di ba sinabi ko sa inyo na pampadali ng buhay yung yung power series? Academic life, academic life. Maclaurin na siya. Maclaurin na siya. Di ba sinabi ko sa inyo pampadali ng buhay yun? Ay. Evaluate. Yung limit na yan. As x approaches 0. Gusto natin yung pinapa-approach yung x sa 0, di ba? Pag meron kayong x, umalis ka na dito. Approach ka to 0. Yung mga ganong klaseng, tawag dito? Yung mga ganong klaseng, tawag dito, expression na nagagaling sa inyo, na sinisigaw nyo sa x nyo, talaga alis sila pag narinig nyo yun sa inyo. Oo naman kayo. Anong limit nito? Paano nyo nakuha ang 1/2? Ang numerator ay, syempre kung i-substitute nyo lang straightforward, 0/0, which is undefined. Diba? Or indeterminate. Problema na yun, di ba? Right? So anong isang technique na pwede nyo gamitin dyan? L'Hopital, di ba? Pag ginawa niyo yung L'Hopital, paano bang L'Hopital? Derivative ng taas divided by derivative ng baba. Anong derivative ng taas? Sin x. Evaluated at 0? Okay. Over 2x, di ba? Over 2x. Evaluated at 0? 0/0 pa rin. Ulit. Sa pang-derivative. Sa sin x na tayo, di ba? Ang derivative ng sin x. Cosine x, evaluated at 0. And then yung denominator niya is 2x, di ba? Siyempre, kukunin yung derivative ng 2x. Anong derivative niya? 2. So, ang lilitaw ay 1/2. So, ang sagot dito ay 1/2. Let's see. If we use the Taylor series expansion, nalala niyo yung Taylor series expansion ng cosine x? So hindi nyo naalala. Okay. 1 minus x squared over 2 factorial plus x to the fourth over 4 factorial divided by x squared. Okay, yung first term, 1 minus 1, natutunan niyo yan from grade 1. No? Kinder. Okay. Equal ngayon yan sa limit. X approaches 0 pala to. Bakit infinity yan? Ng x squared over 2 factorial minus x to the fourth over 4 factorial. Okay? Plus divided by x squared. Pag dinivide nyo lahat yan by x squared, ang matitira is, ang first term is, ang second term ay, ang third term ay, and pag in-evaluate nyo yan, tinake nyo yung limit as x approaches 0, anong matitira? 1/2. Okay. Shit, nagre-record ba ako? Naka-share at nagre-record. Alam niyo yung hyperbolic sine tsaka hyperbolic cosine? Ba't kanya kayo mag... Alam niyo ba kung ano yun? Ah! Alam niyo yung hyperbolic cosine ng 0? May calculator naman kayo. Calculator niyo na lang. Cosine hyperbolic ng x. Okay. So, ano ang cosine hyperbolic ng 0? Yan ba sabi ng calculator nyo? Sine hyperbolic ng x. So, anong sine hyperbolic ng 0? Sine hyperbolic ng 0 ay? 0. Okay. Parang ano lang din, normal na. Anong derivative ng cosine hyperbolic ng x? Sine hyperbolic ng x without the negative sign. Okay? And yung derivative ng sine hyperbolic ng x, so without the, wala ring sign change. Bakit ko tinatanong yan? Okay, yes. Ano ang Taylor series expansion ng, unahin natin ang cosine hyperbolic ng x. Okay, so anong first term sa Maclaurin series? Kung hindi nyo natatanong, balikan nyo yung notes nyo para ano, para mapapano kayo. 1. Okay. Ang second term ay x. Hindi pa. Maclaurin lang, Maclaurin series lang. Times first derivative ng f of x, di ba? First derivative ng cosine hyperbolic ng x ay sine hyperbolic ng x evaluated at x equals 0. 0. Okay. So isusulat ko lang dito para ano? Para anong tawag dito? Para makita nyo lang. Next. Next term ay x squared over 2 factorial at yung second derivative ng cosine hyperbolic ng x cos evaluated at x equals 0. And then, x cubed over 3 factorial, tapos, so, okay. So, ang matitira dito ay 1 plus x squared over 2 factorial, and then makuha nyo naman siguro na ito ay x to the 4th over 4 factorial. And in series notation, ito ay without the negative 1 to the n na nandun sa cosine. Sumsuko na ulit yung ano. Okay, tignan natin ngayon yung kinakopya nyo pa ba? Sige. Okay na? Okay, so let's say na f of x is equal to the sine hyperbolic ng x. Okay, so in series, using Maclaurin series, anong first term? 1 plus x, anong derivative niyan? Evaluated at 0. Plus, second derivative, evaluated at 0. X cubed over 3 factorial, and the third derivative, evaluated at 0. Okay. So, lahat ng sine hyperbolic ng 0 ay 0. Okay. Sandali. Ang expansion nito ay so hindi, sorry. Ang first term is hindi 1, kundi 0. Naintindihan niyo ba kung bakit? Kasi ang first term is sine hyperbolic f of 0 ang first term, di ba? F of 0 ang first term. Eh, ang f of x nyo is sine hyperbolic. So, dapat ang first term ay 0. Or, lagay na lang natin dito as sine hyperbolic ng 0, which is 0. So, ito ay x plus x cubed over 3 factorial plus x to the 5th over 5 factorial, and so on and so forth. And in series notation, ito ay x to the 2n plus 1 over 2n plus 1 factorial. Okay na? Okay, balik tayo dito sa cosine hyperbolic ng x. For small x, yung cosine hyperbolic ng x will be equal to, pag sinabing small x, syempre mga 0.1, 0.01, ganun. So yung first term is 1. Ang second term is x squared over 2 factorial. So pwede pa siyang hindi ignore. Pero yung third term is x to the 4th over 4 factorial. So halimbawa, 0.1, yung x nyo, pag in-square nyo, that's just 0.01, pwede pa siyang isama. Pero yung x to the 4th is 0.0001. So pwede na siyang i-ignore. Okay, so ang i-retain ko lang for small values of x is 1 plus x squared over 2 factorial. Okay, approximately. And pagdating sa sine hyperbolic, for small x, okay, ang sine hyperbolic ng x will be approximately equal to x lang. Kasi yung x cubed and higher order terms ay pwede rin natin i-ignore. Okay, naintindihan niyo? Okay. So itong mga ganitong klase approximations, ginagamit natin ito madalas sa physics. Like sa simple pendulum, for example. If you recall, yung tawag dito, yung equation involves sin x. Pero in-approximate natin yun, sinabi niyo na for small angles, pwede yung sabihin na yung sin x is approximately equal to x. Okay, so ganun din dito. Okay, sin hyperbolic na. So ganun yung ginawa. Okay, now, all of that exercise leads to this question. Okay. Well, nandito rin naman sa ano. Yung sa classical Langevin theory of paramagnetism. Sige na, alam kong gusto yung bigkisin. French yan, French. Leads to an expression for magnetic polarization. Okay. Huwag nyo muna intindihin yung physics. Intindihin nyo lang muna yung math. At yung expression for that is sin hyperbolic ng x. Cosine hyperbolic ng x divided by sin hyperbolic ng x, 1 minus x. So, expand, c is just a constant. Expand p of x as a power series. Okay, for small x. Okay, kaya tayo small x dyan. Diba? Okay, and well, basically yung exercise. Okay. So P of x is equal to C. Ano ang power series for small x ng cosine hyperbolic ng x? Sinabi natin it's 1 plus x squared over 2 factorial. And for sine hyperbolic ng x, it's x. 1 minus 1 over x. So yung first term is 1 over x plus x over 2 factorial. Yung second term is negative 1 over x. So magka-cancel yung 1 over x at saka yung negative 1 over x. Ang matitira is cx over 2. Okay, so p of x for small x. Okay, so ganyan nagiging useful ang power series. Any questions? Questions? Wala. Yes?